Hello everyone, welcome you all UPSC PSC aspirants. In this lecture, I am going to cover the salient features of the Constitution. The original Constitution have preamble and 395 articles. 395 articles and 8 schedules. But present preamble consists of 448 articles and 12 schedules. Okay, and 42nd Amendment Act 1976. 42nd Amendment Act 1976 called as the mini constitution. In question of the Bharati case 1973, Supreme Court ruled that Article 368 not alter the basic structure of the constitution. The elephant size of the constitution is due to the diversity and Government of India Act 1935 and single constitution, and due to the domination of influential persons. Okay, the large part of the constitution is derived from Government of India Act 1935, which is structural part of the constitution. The philosophical part of the constitution, like fundamental rights and direct to state policy. The fundamental rights are derived from America, and direct to state policy derived from Irish constitution. And then political part, like is taken from British. One is rigid one and flexible one. Rigid means so there is a need of special procedure to amend the constitution, like America. Flexible means so this is you can amend the constitution with ordinary laws, like British. So we are following synthesis of both. We are following neither rigid nor flexible, but synthesis of both. Synthesis of both. So in Article 368, under Article 368, there is a special majority, like two by the present and more than 50% voting, and second provision like special majority with half of the ratification of states. So this comes under Article 368. So simple majority not comes under Article 368. Okay, federal features and what are the unitary features in the Indian Constitution. The federal features like two governments, division of powers, Britain and supremacy of the Constitution, rigidity of the Constitution, and independent judiciary and bicameralism. These are the federal features of the Constitution. Then coming to unitary features like strong center and single constitution, single citizenship, flexibility of the Constitution, integrity of the judiciary, and appointment of governors and all India services and emergency provisions. So these are the unitary features of the. In this lecture, we are going to cover everything regarding Constitution with some glance, not in depth. In upcoming classes, we are going to cover in depth. The Article 1. Article 1 is regarding the Union of States. So according to Article 1, India is not result of agreement of states. So the Indian Union is not result of agreement of states. So no state have right to secede from the Union of India. There are two types of governments: parliamentary form of government, presidential form of government. Okay, so in parliament form of government, there is a coordination between legislation and the executive. Okay, there is a coordination. The presidential form of government, separation of powers between the two organs. Separation of powers, like in America. Separation of powers, no responsible. Like in parliament form of government, there is a coordination in which like executive is responsible to legislature. Okay, the parliamentary form of government is also known as model government, responsible government, Westminster government, and cabinet form of government. Just have a glance about Indian form of parliamentary government. Okay, in this nominal head is president. The real head of the executive prime minister, and majority party rule. and the collective responsibility of executive legislature, membership of ministers, and leadership of CM and PM, and dissolution of Lok Sabha and assemblies. The head of the state. In India, the head of the state is elected by the people. Hence, we call it as a republic. In UK, the head of the state president is a hereditary man, a hereditary head, so it's called as the monarchy. So in India, parliamentary supremacy like British, and judiciary supremacy like America, and USA following due process of law, due process of law, and we are following procedure established by law. We are following procedure established by law. We are following procedure established by law under Article 21. USA have the due process of law, and we are following procedure established by law under Article 21. So you can also see the in India, single system of courts enforce central and state laws. Single system of judiciary, a single system of courts enforce central and state laws. But in USA, federal courts judiciary enforce central laws, and state judiciary enforce state laws. Okay. The Indian Constitution, the provisions to ensure the independence of judiciary are like security tenure of judiciary and fixed service conditions. Expenses are charged from Consolidated Fund of India. Okay, and prohibition on discussion on conduct of judges in legislature. Back next ban on practice after retirement and separation of judiciary from executive. So these are the provisions to ensure the independence of judiciary. Okay, then we are going to cover some glance about fundamental rights that they promote the political democracy, and fundamental rights are suspended during national emergency except rights under 20 and 21. So the fundamental rights are suspended during national emergency except rights under article 20 and 21. This national emergency like only external aggression, external aggression, not due to the national emergency due to the internal disturbance or armed rebellion. In this case, article 19, 20, 21 are not suspended. Okay, so in data of state policy, uh, this data of state policy present in the part 4 of the Indian Constitution. Ambedkar called the data of state policy as novel feature of the Constitution, and they are like three types: socialistic, Gandhian, and liberal intellectual. They promote the social and economic democracy of the country. They are not justicable in nature and not enforceable by the courts. Okay. First case is Minerva Mill case. So in which Supreme Court say that Indian Constitution is a balance. Indian Constitution is a balance between fundamental rights and direct principles of state policy. Okay. And then we going for the fundamental duties. Then fundamental duties which are not present in the not present in original constitution. Okay, they are added by 42nd amendment act. 42nd amendment act. So they are recommended by Swaran Singh committee. Okay, so these fundamental duties added by 42nd amendment, around 10 fundamental duties. In 2002, by 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, added one more fundamental duty. As of now, it's 11 fundamental duties under Part 4A. Under Part 4A, only one Article 51A. Only one Article 51A. So these fundamental duties are non-justicable in nature, And these fundamental duties are only for the citizens, not for the foreigners, only for the FDs. Fundamental duties only for citizens, not for foreigners. Okay. So this is about some glance about the salient features of the constitution. So here I just covered very fast glance. So in the upcoming classes I'm going to cover in-depth analysis of every topic. Okay.